8 games, 40 points per game. Bro just scored 60 points in their last game that they played. And to be honest with you guys, what Luka is doing for the Lakers right now is scary for the rest of the NBA because they're on an 8-game win streak. They've played 3 of the top 5 teams in the West. They played the Rockets, they beat them. They played the Nuggets, they beat them. They played the T-Wolves, they beat them. And even in the East, I'm looking, they played the Knicks and beat them. And so they're looking really scary right now for the rest of the NBA. And I'm going to be honest with you, I don't think that it's just a hot streak, but how this guy's been playing, I forgot I had this, Revenge of the Dawn. How this guy's been playing has been unbelievable. And he has taken the Lakers to the next level. So today, I'm going to be running a 5-problem test to show you that no one is safe from the Lakers. And I feel like for the Lakers, everyone likes to clown on them. And I think what people are getting wrong about Luka and the Lakers is, yes, they do have like the highlight machines. Like you see it on Twitter all the time. Like you'll see Luka do something crazy, like he scored 60 points, boom, highlights come and then it's gone. Well, the question isn't can Luka go off or can Luka win the MVP, because we know he can go off and take over a game, a series. We know he can win the MVP. He's playing at a high level right now. The question is, does this team have 5 unsolvable problems for a team to face come May, when playoffs start, when the games start actually adding up to when you're in a series? Because I'm going to be honest with you guys, I think that right now they are figuring it out at the perfect time. So that's what we're here to find out. So problem number 1 for everyone in the league is you literally cannot guard Luka Doncic one-on-one. Like any defensive scheme you throw at him, he's going to figure it out. It's Luka Doncic. Like I'm beyond, you can't guard him. Like it's just unbelievable. Like the other night I was watching the game and Luka had a amazing first half, and they're asking one of the opposing team's best players that had played well, like, what can you do to stop Luka Doncic? And he literally said, play good defense and hope he misses. And it's like, hope he misses? Like that's insane. You just gotta pray that please, like he's gonna miss one of these. And it's like he hasn't been, and the Lakers have looked unbelievable. So I just want to look at a clip right now for you guys, because he does this move a lot where he'll get a smaller guard on him, and at 6'7", he can practically shoot over most people. He takes it in, drives, does his little step back, or he'll just stop and then hits this fadeaway to where you really have no chance of blocking it. Like if he drives and you switch onto him or you collapse, then he's just lobbing it over you. If you go zone, he's got one of the highest zone shooting percentages in the league. So there's just no scheme that eliminates him. And 40 points a game over the last 8-game stretch is not something that we see that often. Like the last time I think I saw that was when James Harden was doing it on the Rockets in 2018. And so it's looking like the Lakers really don't need anyone else to score for them to practically win, because they won the other night against the Heat and he scored 60, which is like half of their points. And so that's just problem 1. This is where you guys need to focus, because problem 1 was Luka himself, and problem 2 is going to be just as difficult, and that's Austin Reeves. And for the Lakers, I feel like Austin Reeves is the guy that people kind of forget about, at least fans. Like coaches, they don't forget, because when they game plan for Luka, they have to plan for, okay, do we respect Reeves and let Luka play one-on-one, or do we help off of Reeves and kind of leave him open a little bit to help with Luka? Like I just feel like it's a lose-lose scenario. You really have to pick your poison every single possession. And then you take into account that they have another guy named LeBron James on their team who is quite practically the smartest basketball player probably on the court at this time. That's probably including the coaches. And you take that into account to where teams are focused on Austin Reeves, they're focused on Luka. LeBron can literally strictly get buckets based on his IQ from like a back cut. Like the other night, look at this play right here. LeBron cuts back door when the defense collapses on Luka. And this is what system analysts call a displacement effect. Luka is so overwhelming on the court to have to play defense against. It makes everyone else on the court better, / it opens up everything else for everyone. That's a problem. Real quick, if you like breakdowns like this, make sure you hit subscribe. We post videos every week. Now let's get back to the third problem. The third problem is kind of one that I think is overlooked often. And to me, it feels like Redick, the coach, JJ Redick, has figured out this team. Like he's figured out, okay, this is what we can do offensively. This is what we can do defensively, where they really needed it defensively. But I think it's slept on by most people because early on, like when this first happened, people were clowning Redick like, oh, they're not going to figure it out. He's never done this before. Like, he's never coached at this level. Like, he's played at this level, but it's not like, it's a little bit different for him. So everyone was saying this. You hear all these things, and they weren't doing too hot when Luka first got traded, and LeBron with Luka and AR, like they're trying to figure out how to play together and stuff. But right now, it looks like they figured it out. And I feel like the challenging part for Redick was getting the guys to accept their specific role on the team, because when you have someone like LeBron or Luka or even Austin Reeves, like they're great players and they're going to want to be that guy, but like it might not just be feasible anymore. So the other day I saw this article come out and it was about LeBron, and he said like he's accepted his role as like the second or third option on the team, which is good because if LeBron can play like a role player and get assists, screen away, get rebounds, play hard defense, like the Lakers are going to look really scary. And that's the same thing with, I think it was more satire, I feel like, because I saw DeAndre Ayton saying like, yeah, like I'm having fun. I finally accepted my role on the team. And it's like, it just makes me laugh because it took this long for the Lakers to figure out, okay, this is your role. Like we need Luka to be the primary guy. We need AR to be his secondary. And then you other guys need to help support them. Because if we're being honest, Ayton doesn't, I don't know what he was thinking, if he thought he was the second option, or like you have three of the best players on your team in the NBA and you think that you're like a second option. Like you had your stint in Phoenix, bro. Like play as a center that can play defense, rebound, can score around the rim with lobs because they always throw you the ball. And so it's just really funny to me that they're now figuring that out. And for Redick, I feel like he's putting a lot of trust in Luka to read the defense because there's not a scheme that really can guard the Lakers. Now, problem number 4 is where we need to look at the receipts because they've been playing some tougher opponents as of late. Like they played the Rockets twice, they played the T-Wolves, they played the Nuggets, they played the Knicks, like we said, and there's some other teams sprinkled in there, obviously. But this isn't no soft schedule that they've been playing and they've been winning against. Like I'm going to pull this up for you guys right here just so you can see their last 8 games. And as you can see, the schedule speaks for itself. Let me be specific because this matters. When people say hot streak, they mean you're beating teams that you're not supposed to beat. And that's not what this is. The Lakers are winning close games against playoff teams, and that's called winning culture. The rest of the league has seen this team now at full strength. And at full strength, I think most teams are seeing this and saying, we don't have an answer. Now, I know they played OKC and the Spurs earlier on in February. That was before they looked like this right now because they had some injuries, they had some things going on. But now I would like to see, and I think upcoming they have a scheduled game against OKC. I want to see this team at full strength play OKC at full strength because that's going to really give us probably a glimpse at what a Western Conference Finals matchup could look like. And so problem number 5 is one that I think is going to keep coaches up at night when it comes playoff time. Right now, the Lakers are a 3 seed, like we just said. And what that likely means is they're going to be playing a 6 seed, which if we look at the standings really quick, that's either going to be probably the T-Wolves, the Nuggets, or the Suns, most likely. Here's the thing. In a 7-game playoff series, having to guard Luka for 7 games is going to be tough because yes, if we get the T-Wolves matchup, which I think the Lakers and T-Wolves matchup would be a great first round matchup. If we get that matchup, the thing about Luka is like, yeah, the first game he's kind of feeling him out and stuff, but as the games go on, he's going to see how the T-Wolves are going to be playing him and catch a glimpse of maybe the other teams, if they win the series going forward, are going to be guarding him. And he's just going to adapt to that. Like, I don't know how many times I've seen Luka get blitzed or something, like because they're trying to throw him off his pace. And he really just doesn't get hurried or rushed. And he always finds the right pass. And it's just so insane to me because sometimes it's cross court, like all the way to the opposite corner. And so I feel like in a 7-game series, by game 3, he's figured out what you're doing. And by game 5, if they get that far, he's already going to be excelling at whatever you're throwing at him. And so for the team that eventually draws the Lakers in the first round, I honestly feel bad because I feel like them figuring it out right now is going to be an issue for the rest of the league, especially since we just went over these 5 problems that every team is going to have with guarding the Lakers. So let's bring this home. The 5 problem test that I created was to show that the Lakers are more than just a good team, that they're a genuine threat to everyone in the NBA because they've passed all 5 of these tests. They've got an unguardable star in Luka Doncic, which I'll pull this up again. Bro, he's on his revenge tour. They got a great supporting cast with Ayton, Reeves, LeBron, like even the guys they went and got in the trade deadline, like Luke Kennard, like straight shooter. Like you got Vanderbilt, who plays really good defense. Smart has been playing out of his mind. Like all these things are coming together. JJ Redick has done good with the improvisation of what the other teams have been throwing at him. They've been proven against the better teams in the NBA, and they're going to have a playoff reputation that compounds. And so, no, this isn't about if you like the Lakers or not, because I know it's like 50-50. People like the Lakers or people hate the Lakers. It's not about Luka. Like, it's not about all this drama that's going on with him getting traded or him in the media with his kids or losing custody, whatever. Everyone's joking like custody battle. Luka is going crazy right now. It's not about that. It's not about whatever narrative that the media or ESPN is throwing out there about Luka or about the Lakers or about LeBron. It's a system question. And right now the system says no one is safe from the Lakers. If you want me to run this 5 problem test for another team, make sure you comment that team below. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button as it helps me out. Thank you to everyone who subscribed before. We break down content weekly for you guys. And if you want to see another good NBA breakdown video, click this video right here. My name's Gage, and I'll see you guys in the next one.